Hello, in this project, I am going to create a data engineering project using technologies like Azure Data Factory, Spark, Azure Synapse, and Azure Data Lakehouse. The business requirement for this project is working with the retail client. Client wants to have a report on daily basis and calculate the total purchases and total revenue. We are going to use the medallion architecture. The medallion architecture has 3 layers. The first layer gonna be the bronze layer, which is the raw data. The second one gonna be the silver layer, which is transform data. The last layer gonna be the gold layer, which is a business ready layer for creating our dashboard and report. First of all, we need to create a Synapse workspace. I already connected to the portal Azure using my free account. So let's search for the Synapse keyword. This is the Azure Synapse Analytics. Let's create a workspace. For the subscription, I'm using the free subscription, which is this one. For the resource group, if you don't have it already, you would be able to create it here. Otherwise, you would be able to use your existing one. In my case, I'm using my existing one. And workspace name, I'm putting the proper name, Retail Synapse PLC. For the Azure Data Lakehouse Gen 2, if you have, you would be able to choose it. Already I have one. I choose this one. This is the container for that one. Then for this one, once you create this Azure Synapse Analytic workspace, the SQL serverless pool gonna be created itself. So you need to put a proper name for the login admin. I put the name like this and then password. Validation succeed. Let's create it. Deployment is in progress. Deployment completed successfully. Now our workspace is ready. Go to the sandbox storage, which is our resource storage. Then we are able to see our Synapse workspace, which is this one. And we would be able to open the studio. This is the environment of the Azure Synapse Analytics. Now in Azure Synapse Analytics Studio, we want to ingest data in bronze layer. So first of all, I want to check out what is the data about. This is the raw data, which is in JSON format. As you can see here, the purchase status is cancel or cancel for this one. And let's scroll down. Refund completed. Refund again. As you can see, there are different type of the status, but we are looking for those one which is purchased. So we want to calculate the number of the purchase daily. At the first stage, we need to import all of this data which is available in the raw data in bronze layer, then filter it in the second layer, which is the silver layer for the purchase one. First of all, I need to ingest this data in our Azure Synapse Analytics Studio. For doing that, I need to introduce a new pipeline. As you can see, the studio is similar to the Azure Data Factory. We are able to create a new pipeline here. And all of these activities that we had in Azure Data Factory, we have in Azure Synapse Studio as well. In the move and transform, I want to copy the data activity to ingest the data in our bronze layer. What is the source for this one is going to be this one. I'm going to create a new one. So because I want to get the data from this location, which is in my GitHub repository, I am going to check for the HTTP, which is this one. Then the format of the file was the JSON. Continue. I need to create a link server to be able to connect to that source data. So create a new one. What is the base URL for that? The base URL, we need to navigate to the GitHub repository. Then I click on the row, which is raw data. And we need to copy the first part of the URL and then put it in the base URL. What is the authentication? In this case, because it's public, it is going to be anonymous. Then let's check the connection, test the connection. Successful. We would be able to create our link service. Then in this part, you are able to see this relative URL as well. So again, navigate to this raw data, and from the URL, we need to copy the rest of the URL and put it in the relevant part. And press. Let's see if data is available. Preview the data. Yes, as you can see, we are able to see that JSON file which is available in my GitHub repository in here in Azure Synapse Studio. Then sync, which is gonna be the destination. The destination is going to be my ADLS. So let's configure the ADLS as well. Let's check for the storage account. We have this ADLS. Let's navigate to the container. We already created this container. Now I want to have a 3 directory for bronze, silver, and gold. So add a new directory and put a name like bronze. Next one for the silver. And next one for the gold. At this stage, I want to import the data in my ADLS in this location, in this folder in bronze. So navigate again to the Azure Synapse Studio. In here, I am saying that the destination is going to be ADLS Gen 2. Continue. I want to save it as a Parquet format. Continue. Then I need to create a new link service to be connected to the ADLS. This is the name of this link service. What is the Azure subscription? This is my subscription. Okay. Storage account is going to be Retail Synapse Lakehouse. Let's create. In here, we need to specify what is the file path. Let's navigate to the retail container. In the retail container, which folder is the bronze folder? And press OK. Everything looks fine. Let's validate. Everything looks fine. Then I'm going to debug it. For running this copy activity, we are able to press this debug, or we are able to publish it and then trigger it. So in this case, I'm going to press the debug. If there is a problem or something, we would be able to see it in this phase as well. It's in queue. It's failed. Let's check what is the failure message for that. As you can see, the message is the column amount contain invalid value. For this one, cannot convert to type of integer. So let's navigate to the copy activity again. In the mapping, import schema. Let's scroll down to the amount. This is the amount. And what is the data type? We can change it to the double. And let's try again. Succeed. Perfect. Then for making sure that data has been copied, we would be able to navigate to the linked. This is the link that's linked to the ADLS. Let's navigate to this ADLS. This is the container. Three folders are available in the bronze. This is the Parquet file which has been created for us. The other way that we would be able to check it, we would be able to navigate to the portal again in the ADLS. From the beginning, if I want to show, it's going to be in the storage account, which is this one. And this is the storage account that I created. Then in the container, we have this retail container. Then three folders are available for me in the bronze. Now we are ready for creating the silver layer. For doing that, we need to create a notebook to transform the data, because the data which is available in ADLS now is raw data, which contain all type of customer cancel or refund or purchase. But our business problem was filter the customer who made the purchase. So for doing this, we need to create a new notebook. In the develop part in Azure Synapse workspace, we are able to create a new notebook. In this notebook, we need to put a proper code. As you can see here, for running this notebook, we need to have a Spark pool by creating the Azure Synapse Analytic. SQL serverless database has been created already, but for running any Spark code in Notebook, we need to have the Spark pool as well that needs to be created in the next step. So first I need to write the code here. I already created the code for saving the time. So navigate to my GitHub repository and I want to copy this from my repository and bring it here and then understand what is this code about. First of all, we need to import the necessary libraries. Then here we are reading the Parquet file, which is available in our ADLS. This is the name of our storage account. If I want to navigate to the Azure portal and the storage in the home, in the storage accounts, would be able to see the storage account that we have available. This is the retail Synapse storage account. In this storage account, we already had 3 folders in our container. Which is retail. We have 3 folders for bronze and silver and gold. In the previous step in the bronze layer, we imported the Parquet file, which is available here. This is the Parquet file. Then from this retail Synapse Lakehouse, we are going to read the data, which is available in the Parquet format. This is the rest of the location of the file, which we are able to copy it from the here in this place. We copy this and then put it in the proper place, which is here. Then after reading the Parquet format of the file, we want to filter it for the purchase. Then some of the cleansing activity, like drop any null value from the amount, and we want to change the data type for event dates column to the timestamp. Then we want to put a lowercase condition for the payment method. As you can see here in the payment method, we want to see all of them in the lowercase. Then we want to change the amounts data type. Finally, we want to select all of these columns from the data frame and then write it to the silver location. As you can see, again, this is my storage account in the retail container in the silver folder. For running this notebook, we need to have a Spark pool. Now I am going to create that Spark pool. So for doing that, I navigate to the Azure portal again. Search for the Synapse Studio. Navigate to the Synapse that we already created. Then here we do have this Apache Spark pool. Click on the new to create a new Apache Spark pool and put a proper name. In this case is Retail Synapse Spark pool, and then keep the minimum size. Retail Spark pool. Then the small size is good because we are just doing the exercise and practicing, and everything in the minimal. Let's validate. Validation succeed, and then create a pool. Once it's ready, then we would be able to run our code in Notebook in Azure Synapse Analytic. Deployment is in progress. It's completed. Let's navigate to the Synapse Studio. Here we would be able to attach the Spark pool to our notebook. After attaching the Spark pool to our notebook, we are ready to run our notebook. But before that, I want to copy this part and then run it in the separate cell to see if you are able to read the data from the bronze layer. Show this df bronze, this data frame. Show. Let's see if you are able to see this data frame, which is available from the Parquet. There is a problem. We need to delete this one. I don't need to have it in this part. This is the name of the container, and this is the name of the storage account, and it is the fixed part that needs to be here, and then it is the name of the folder which is available in our container. The rest of that is the directories which are available in bronze layer up to the Parquet file. Let's run this one. Yes, this is the file which is available in the Parquet format in bronze layer. We are interested only in the purchase event type. So let's run the rest of the notebook to do the transformation. We need to change that part, which is retail, doesn't need to be here. We just need to introduce this part, and for this one I need to clean this, then run it again. It runs successfully. Let's navigate to the linked service. Then we are able to see the container. Let's move back into the bronze. We need to navigate to the silver. Yes, this is the Parquet format available here after the transformation. Now we are ready for the last layer, which is the gold layer for final transformation. We are ready for the gold layer that we want to calculate the total revenue for a specific date and the total number of the purchases for that specific date. In previous step, we transform the data in that way. Then we just filter it for the purchase event type. Now we are ready for the gold layer. So for doing that, I have written the code already in, and I put the code here. Let's see what is this code. First of all, we need to read the data from the Parquet file which is available in the silver layer. Let's copy the silver layer which is available in my previous step and put it here. And what it's doing, this is the name of the container, this is the name of the storage account, and then this is the fixed part, and this is the name of the folder, which is silver. Okay, then we want to see the data frame. Let's copy this part and put it in the other cell and run this part first. This is the result from the silver layer. So let's delete this part because we ran it in the previous cell. In this part, we are doing the group by because we want to do the aggregation, and group by based on the event date because we want to calculate the daily revenue, then get a sum from the daily revenue, then count the purchase type as well. Then after that, we want to copy and put the data, the final result, into our storage account. Let's configure this one properly as well. Let's configure this one properly. For the gold one, we need to the name of the storage account. This is my storage account name. Control C and put it there. This is the container, this is the storage account, and this is the folder which is available in my container, and it is gold with the uppercase. Okay, let's run this one. It's successfully. Then let's show the result set as well. This is the name of the data frame dot show. Yes, as you can see, this is based on the each day, which is available in my data frame. It categorizes the data based on the date, and then for each date, we have the daily revenue. For example, for this one, this is the daily revenue for this specific date, and the total purchase for that day was 1, and the same for the rest of the data.